So one of the common themes I've had on this channel since I started it was the need and want and the goal of either maintaining weight or losing weight. And since my big comeback into ultra running in 2020, in January of 2020, actually the end of 2019, it was to lose weight and to get back in shape and get into ultra shape. Well, that kind of happened. For a while there, I did really well, got back in the ultras, and I've been doing really well with running, very consistent for going on 6 years now. But one thing that I struggled with most all of that time, other than kind of this cyclical pattern of weight loss and weight gain, and I never even got down to what I wanted to. And if you look at the video that I released yesterday about failure, I started going through B-roll clips from back then. I was like, oh my gosh, like I was super skinny. Not only was I younger looking, but it was a decade ago. I was super skinny. And that's what I had gotten into, really heavy into running, and lost a bunch of weight. But even today, I have struggled with weight, and I don't know if it's getting older, not eating right. One of the things I've noticed as I kind of progressed through my career in ultra running is I felt like there was some sort of ability, some superpower that ultra runners have, that we can just eat what we want. We do it in races, right? Then why can't we do it the rest of the time? We're burning so many calories. And I've started to notice over the last 3 or 4 years that I can't do that. And I've always heard you can't outrun a bad diet. And that seems to be becoming even more true than probably it was in the past. My body does not do the same things it did when it was younger. So I alluded to this in the last video about failure that I released yesterday, about some issues I had. I'm going to call them medical issues, but I've always flirted with high blood pressure, borderline high blood pressure, throughout my life, and typically being in shape and being a lower weight kind of resolved all of that. But there was a night, a little over 3 weeks ago, my son was taking his blood pressure, and I thought I'd hop on there and do mine. Now, mind you, this was after days of eating really bad food, the holidays, and just kind of just overindulgence. So we had ordered Papa John's pizza stuffed crust the night before. I had like 2 or 3 slices the night before, got up the next day, had a slice for breakfast, and then later that day, I think I had 2 more pieces. And that's the time when I went to take my blood pressure. My blood pressure was like 200 over like 110. Absolutely outrageous. Scared me to death because I didn't feel bad. And so I just kind of was like sitting there like, oh my gosh. And at that point, I made the decision like, you know what? The diet's starting now. So this was mid-December, probably around the 17th of December. And so I started cutting everything out. I started to fast immediately, drink water. And through my research, and I've always thought about this, I've had insulin resistance, and it's something that I've thought I've had for many years, having trouble processing sugars and carbs and things like that. And it just so happened every time I'd ever done this, eaten a lot of carbs and had an event, the high blood pressure was a result. Years ago, I would say probably 6 years ago, I had gone to work. I had taken a Chia Banana Boost tropical smoothie drink to work, didn't drink it. I put it in the refrigerator at work, had a couple cups of coffee, and then probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I was like, I remember that, took it out there. And at that point, it just melted. I just drank it. My vision went tunnel vision, blood pressure went through the roof, heart was just pounding out of my chest, scared me to death. I have somebody that's an EMT that works for me, checked me out, went to the emergency, and they checked me out, and my blood pressure was high, sat there for a while, and eventually came back down. So I've always had this suspicion, and I started doing more and more research about even heart doctors who have started to promote this non-carb, low-carb, high-protein diets to fix this. And so for a couple days, I think I did like a 24-hour fast, and then I started going into a 20-hour, 4-hour fast. And so I've been pretty much doing that for 3 weeks, eating a ton of protein, no sugar, very low carbs, no processed carbs at all. Carbs I'm getting through some of the foods that I'm eating that are whole foods. doing it very healthy. And I saw an immediate change in my blood pressure. Blood pressure dropped, weight dropped within the first probably 7 days, 10 pounds. I'm down 15 pounds now, 3 weeks later. Feeling great. I feel the inflammation gone. I feel better. I'm sleeping better. Cut out all alcohol, even if it's just a couple drinks here and there. I cut all of that out. And no desserts, absolutely zero sugar, unless some sneaks in and it's something I eat, well, from fruits, but I'm not eating a ton of fruits. I love bananas. But I think when it's with the fiber and the carbs, they can kind of balance themselves out. So it's through whole foods, fruits, high protein, very high protein. And I've felt super good. I've been training, running a lot, running fasted even. There's days where I ran before I even broke my fast, 10 miles. Never felt better. And then I had a cheat day where I kind of snacked on carbs throughout the day, went to run 6 miles on a treadmill, and about 3 miles into it, I had the biggest bonk you have ever seen. Didn't even think I could finish. Had to eat like a Kellogg's protein bar, spiked my blood sugar, and I was able to finish the race. I don't like feeling like that. I don't like having to feed myself carbs and sugar just to have the energy. When I was fat adapted, when I'm fat adapted, I feel fine. I could run on there for 2.5, 3 hours, be completely fine. So I'm still figuring all that stuff out. And that's how I lost 15 pounds, was just following this diet. Now, long term, as I'm learning, as I'm progressing, I'm trying to dial things in, open the aperture on what I'm eating a little bit more, adding things in. At first, this is the way my mind works, was to strip everything out and then add things in. First thing I cut was carbs and sugar, and that seemed to do the trick. Now, years ago, many years ago, probably 10 plus years ago, I did the fruitarian diet for a month and had the same effect. And I think it was probably just because I cut out bad carbs and bad food and drinking and all of that stuff too. So common denominator there is cutting out all the carbs, all the refined sugars, carbs, bad things, rice, pasta, breads, just the things that cause inflammation in your body. So that's where I'm at. And I'm feeling fantastic. My running is doing really, really well. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to transition from doing this every day to running longer and longer distances and eating. So I have been eating a little bit more. I started breaking my fast now that I'm back at work after the holidays, being off for 2 weeks. Start breaking my fast around 1:30 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Typically I was going till like 4. I don't eat anything after 8 now. I'm still keeping that. After 8 o'clock, I do not eat. If I eat dinner at 7, then if I'm hungry again, I'll eat some more protein, eat some things. But after 8, do not eat, and then I fast through to the next day. Been keeping my blood pressure 4 times a day, monitoring that. So I know what works. I cut caffeine for the first 2 weeks. Now I've added caffeine in with all sugar-free, carb-free type, a little bit of creamer in there. So I can't drink black coffee. I wouldn't want to even drink it anyways. And I'm mixing it with decaf, so I'm drinking a lot less coffee. And I've seen great results. Now, I've talked to you guys in the past about what's worked with me with weight loss. That's a controversial topic that I know a lot of you have strong feelings over. I'll say things that, like we're all experiment of one, and then people will come on here and say, no, everyone's the same. We're all humans and we all react the same. I disagree, completely disagree. I think the first and foremost thing you need to do if you want to lose weight is cut the things that cause inflammation, cut the bad carbs, cut the junk, cut things that you eat out of a bag that are processed, and you'll see great results if you're consistent about it. And watching what you eat, recording what you eat so you know how much you're eating. I'm not worrying how much I'm eating now because I'm running so much, but I'm also trying to do some weight loss, and I'm not really worried about it. So I don't count my calories during the day. I make sure that I eat enough, that I'm getting enough protein, and everything just kind of works it out. Some days I feel a little more tired. I know I probably need to eat a little bit more because of the mileage I'm on, but that's all I've done. I've lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks, and I'm feeling great, and I'm trending down. I'm hoping I started off probably, I'm 6 foot. I was probably 228, 229. Now I'm I was 214 when I woke up this morning. So whatever that is, feeling good. And I'm going to continue to do that. I'll keep you guys all updated on the progress. You're going to see it as I start to run. Feeling great. And if you're out there struggling, I would tell you to do the research. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not an expert in this stuff. I've just been alive for a long time and battled these things. I have strong cravings, but once I cut all that junk out, I don't really crave it anymore. I have hibiscus tea I drink at night with a little bit of a monk fruit sweetener in it, and that kind of does the trick with wanting something sweet at night. Just keep trucking, man. Just keep doing that kind of stuff, and I'm going to get to where I need to get to. Getting faster, getting more fit, and that's what 2026 is all about. Big miles, big races, and we're going to do it. That's all I got for you. Leave me down in the comments if you're struggling with this stuff or if you had success with this type of thing, cutting carbs and sugar. Seems like a simple thing to do. Try it out. Talk to you soon. Bye.